who y'all got? I mean, like out of the two teams, Milwaukee and Phoenix. So
me personally, I'm going Phoenix. Not even that I don't like Giannis, man. It's just I feel like it's a different type of basketball he playing. Like, he's good, he's great, but he's just big. Let's just get the ball, dribble 2 steps, and go dunk. But in other words, I want to see Chris Paul get a ring. Obviously, I feel like that's everybody. And Devin Booker, I'm a D Book fan. I mean,
yeah, he nice.
Yeah,
I don't like the Kobe comparisons, but
I don't know. See, look, Let's start early. I don't know. I think he the next. He the next. I'm a Kobe fan.
You
R.I.P.
Yeah, most definitely.
Of course.
I think he next up, bro. Like, what does he do differently?
Nothing. I'm
like what's the gap between it then? Why do you say that?
It's Kobe, and then there's I don't get
it, but he gotta grow up into. He's still young. The man like 25.
That set the difference right there. He's 25. Kobe had 3 titles. I think right at 25, right? So that's kind of the difference. I mean, but
I can't.
Do I need to pull up?
You can pull it up.
I'm talking about the stats.
He not a Kobe at 25. Like he not what Kobe was at 25. But yeah,
Kobe was a dog.
So what you're saying? D Book at 25 is Kobe.
No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is he is next. You know how they do all this thing like Luka is the next LeBron and D Book the next Kobe, so and so. I believe that.
Got him picked
he the
to be
next
next.
Kobe. He next up.
What about you, Hemi? Who you rocking with?
I'm rocking with Phoenix for sure.
Phoenix.
That's
okay.
mainly because of Chris Paul. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a big Lakers fan. But I'm going with Phoenix because Chris Paul. I'm a big fan of Chris Paul. He been in the league forever, bro. Ain't got no ring.
16 years.
He need that. So
Oh yeah.
that's the only reason why I'm going with Phoenix. I'm a Booker fan too, but I'm only going with Phoenix because
Right.
Okay. So, I mean, basically. Well, what about you, Sherry? If I go all the way in.
16 years is a long time to be doing something and not have anything to show for it.
It is.
So I'm going with the Suns, man.
Okay.
It's the perfect way to cap off his career. He already in first ballot Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think
Definitely.
Probably one of the best top 5 point guards.
I gotta go with it. Plus he nice too, so it is.
Who you say Chris Paul?
Yeah, I gotta go with Phoenix, bro. Let me
I'm
ask
not a
you.
Giannis fan anyway,
Why not?
bro. You know what?
Because I'm not either. Like
But let me say this. I don't want nobody to think I'm hating on him. The dude is good. He's good.
Why you
But
don't like him?
I'm not a fan of him. I'm just not, bro.
Why not?
I think
I ain't never
on the
been.
same page
I ain't never
like-
been a fan of those type of players unless it was Shaq.
What type?
Like I'm a guard.
What do you mean?
Like I'm
Like
a
his
guard.
physical, he hating on his physical abilities. That's
Oh, you
what-
mad
if
'cause-
he mad that he's 6'10" or whatever. with
Nah.
8'9".
Oh, so you mad?
He just not, bro.
Take
My
2
thing
steps
is,
and dunk.
my thing is, I'm a fan of exciting players. Ain't nothing exciting about that man.
Oh, okay. Exciting
Oh,
player.
no.
Do you like?
No,
Did you
that's
like
just
Tim
me.
Duncan?
Huh?
Do you like Tim Duncan? Did you like Tim Duncan?
I was a fan of Tim.
Hey,
Duncan.
it wasn't exciting though.
Nothing
No,
exciting
I was a
about
fan of Tim Duncan for as Tim
How he
Duncan.
played.
Nah, bro.
Yeah,
you
how
already.
Huh?
Seriously though, if you
No,
watch Giannis play, and this why I'm low key hating. I'm not hating, but you get the point. Watch him play. He gonna ISO somebody. He gonna back up and just run at you and get a foul every time. That's not basketball. There's no skill really behind it. That's just.
I mean, I understand that, but
that's him being that big.
But is it working though?
Of course it's gonna work.
It's working.
Nah, that's facts.
They gonna call every foul.
I know. Yeah, the NBA watered down
Every foul.
for sure.
It's working.
Them boys
But-
used to play football back in the day, bro, on the court.
It's nothing exciting about it. It's nothing exciting. It's
You know
nothing.
what you getting every time, bro.
Right, it's
And I
nothing-
get what you're saying. Stop it, but
I mean, even if he dunk on somebody, he supposed to do that. That's just me. It ain't nothing. If he dunk on somebody, it ain't exciting.
Because he's
to me,
16.
bro. Yeah.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Nah,
If Spud Webb
hold
came
up.
through the paint,
Talk to me about this Spud Webb.
and you got somebody that's about 6'3", we're not gonna say 16, we're just gonna say 6'3", 6'4". Would you get mad if he didn't yam on it? Would you get mad if he didn't dunk on that dude? Because you just said that's supposed to happen. He's 6'10". I expect him to do that. If Spud Webb decided not to dunk over somebody, knowing the type of hops he had, would you say, oh, well, what you doing, man? I expect you to have that. Why? Is it because of the height? I mean, what? How's it different? He still can.
Because when you can stand under the rim and just grab it like this, flat foot.
But he got hops, though.
It's not impressive.
That's a difference.
That's like that. Man, that's like when commentators. That's like when the
I get what you're saying.
Commentators are due to come. Like for LeBron. LeBron can jump, but they say like his jumping ability is out of his world. When he, I know, dude 6'1" can do the dunks he's doing. That's him. Come to the rec. You'll see something impressive. NBA, you 6'8", you supposed to be doing them dunks.
I agree.
But you also 260 though. He ain't 260.
I mean, no, that's why I'm speaking for the height.
I got you.
People 6'8", 6'9", they talk, oh my God, he crazy. His leaping ability.
But I
know
think
dudes 5'10", 5'11" do some of the dunks I see in the NBA.
You used to dunk like that.
I ain't gonna get on that. I ain't gonna get on there, but thank you, bro.
That's true.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
How tall are you? What? 5'8", 5'9"?
5'9".
So let me. It was a belief going around the neighborhood growing up, and like the people we roll with. It was a belief going around that when you were off the court, you told people you were 5'9", but when you were on the court, you said 5'7".
That could be true because I was like, bro, I believe I'm really like 5'8" and a half.
Go to the doctor to find out, man.
I do need to find out. But when I was on the court, if somebody in the game asked me, I thought, I'm 5'8". You know what I'm saying? Because I'm coming through the lane like this.
Okay. He's 5'8". He 5'8", coming through the lane.
It sound better.
It sound better. You know what I'm saying? Even though 5'9" sound, you know what I'm saying, still impressive, 5'8" even more impressive. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm okay. Man, Nino, what you got to say?
I
know you're taking it in. Because I was about to go in on something, but
I'm just taking it in, man.
Nino's a hooper though.
Yeah, but I'm just taking it in. You know, my guy hit me, man. But is it safe to say that I'm the only one here going for think Milwaukee can win?
You going for the Bucks?
It's not really going for. I'm just typical basketball. I'm thinking because they got the size advantage. So,
but for them to win, Middleton would have to have
the most inconsistent player probably in the NBA.
He would have to go crazy though.
Yeah.
For them to win.
You know, you see what I'm saying? So like, you know,
but
that's my thing. I feel like this, and I like. I'm cool with Chris Paul, but not when I say cool, like I ain't the biggest Chris Paul fan. You see what I'm saying? But I just think with the side out, Milwaukee would probably have. I mean, I ain't never just been a fan of Chris Paul. Like I respect him because he's cold. Like point guard, yes, I give him that. But I'm just not a huge Chris Paul fan.
You can think highly of somebody like that and can't be a fan of them?
Agreed. Like I feel like the Cowboys.
I get that
because I truly feel like
what does being a fan look like though? What does being a fan of somebody look like?
Because I'm gonna say something.
Somebody say give you my top 5, he number 1 every time. He might be 2, 3, and 4.
But I could be a fan of somebody. I cannot be a fan of somebody, but still put them on my top 5 just off what they did.
I'm not a fan of them, but I respect what Chris Paul done. Now, if the NBA didn't weigh that trade, he came because I'm a Laker fan.
Cause I'll be real with. Oh, no.
Because I'm about to say,
go ahead. If he would have went to LA,
I probably would have. Cause I wasn't the biggest LeBron.
Him because he ain't got
no. Just like, I can say something else. Like they probably y'all gonna look at me crazy. Like y'all Cowboy fans, right?
No.
I mean, I like him. I ain't a fan.
Find out one day why I'm not a Cowboys fan, but
I'm not a. Listen, let me explain my situation with the Cowboys.
You know it's gonna be real when somebody say, "Let me explain."
Hey,
right?
Let's go,
bro. The Cowboys is my favorite NFL team. I'm not a fan.
Huh?
Exactly.
Boy, you better explain that.
Let me break it down to you.
Please.
I like the Cowboys.
Okay.
But I'm not a fan.
You got that point.
When it comes to sports, I'm more of player fans. I like players more than I like the actual team.
Okay.
But this is the reason I'm not a Cowboy fan is because if they lose, I'm not going to be butthurt about it.
I understand that.
A fan will,
and that's how,
okay. Me, I ain't like that.
I think Jerry Jones.
That's my favorite team.
Let me ask you this: do you feel some type of way though? You ain't gotta be butthurt, but you be like, hey.
I see this.
See,
but now, but listen, bro.
He started doing his hand like, you a fan when you gotta do that.
You a fan, bro. This is how I separate that, bro. This how
you a fan.
bro, this is how I look at that. If Alabama lose, you can't say nothing to me. Like, you bet not. It's like you bet not approach me with what happened in that game.
How you get that invested in a team that your own kids can't even come ask you, Daddy, you just, man, get out of my face. Cause Alabama lost, I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm just that's.
So you shut down, like you go to the room, you shut down, can't nobody say nothing to you. Like, you calling the work.
Nah, you can say something to me. You can't come talking to me like, that's why Bama lost. You know what I'm saying?
It's gonna be a fight.
It can get serious.
Why are you a Bama fan?
My daddy, bro. Everybody asked me that. My daddy.
Oh, so you're
daddy. You're an OU fan.
Daddy,
we actually got family ties to OU.
I know that, but
so when OU played Bama, who was you rooting for?
Bama.
I bet.
I don't know, bro. I don't know. I gotta go with Kinfolk, man.
Wow.
Just because why?
So let me ask you this question: How are y'all tied to Oklahoma? Like, where the family ties?
Billy Sims won the Heisman in
77.
That was our cousin.
Yeah, man.
Your family win the Heisman, and you can't.
He talking about Bama.
Don't get me wrong. I was born into being an OU fan, but
he talking about Bama.
That's my team.
I'm not a Chicago fan. I'm not a New York Jets fan.
What all that mean? But
Matt Forte was the running back. That's our cousin. I'm not a fan. I mean, should I like New York Jets and Chicago too?
Yeah.
Do you like? No, you no.
Hey, you got a point.
Just trying to go with what you said earlier. Nah,
you got a point.
You're not a fan. You know what I'm saying?
But still,
we got bro.
D said, he got a point.
Yeah, I'm
you
not.
You are a fan though of OU. That's just not your team.
You know when I became a fan and started watching OU?
You knew about OU before Bama.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But
like
you,
a little bandwagon.
the only time that I thought about being a fan with OU is when he went to OU. Bob Stoops got him to come out there for that little training, whatever. Wasn't that Bob
was like
Stoops
a little
there?
camp, yeah.
Yeah, it was a camp for football. I liked OU then. And the only other time I dealt with OU, bro, is when Jalen Hurts went there.
So my daddy literally
Jalen
stopped.
Hurts went there. Okay, now I'm watching OU because he came from Bama. You know what I'm saying? So,
but are you really a fan of something? If anything can make you not be that fan no more. Like if anything can come and say you stop being a fan. You weren't really a fan in the first place.
I think once Saban leave, he gonna leave.
Because the program gonna leave. The program gonna leave.
Am I right?
Am I right, bro? It's deeper than that with Bama.
Okay,
bro.
we'll see. Why is deeper than
We'll
that?
see. So you got soul ties with Bama.
Bro, that's like.
Now. When Bama started going down here, you still gonna be a
look,
fan.
the only reason I'm a Lakers fan is because of Kobe.
And you still a Lakers fan.
That's my team now.
Well, you grant.
When you become a Lakers
fan?
fan?
He been there for a minute. He been there for a minute.
Shots fired.
So were you a Lakers fan when they were down?
Yeah, but it wasn't nothing to talk about. They were trash.
That's what a real fan is.
Well, maybe you're right.
Right?
Maybe you're right. Maybe I'm
playing a game or something and I had 5 drop passes. You gonna hit me up and pick me up, right? Or you gonna say, he trash. I ain't talking to him. Which one is it gonna be?
I don't know, bro. It sound like.
I'm saying, bro, it wasn't nothing too much to talk about, bro.
There's a lot to talk about. How y'all gonna get better?
The Lakers is
you ride with your team. I was riding with the Lakers when Kobe and them was going down.
Oh yeah, I was too.
Riding with them.
But when Kobe retired, I'm still a fan.
Kobe retired, I retired.
I mean, that's why I was still a fan. I wasn't watching them as much. That's why I tell y'all, bro, I'm a player fan first. I only become a team of a.
Okay, you said that.
Listen, I only become a fan of a team because of a player that's on that team. That's the reason why I don't like the Mavericks. I'm not gonna like a team because I live in that city. That ain't the you gotta impress me. Like I ain't just from
Dallas impressed you in 11?
That was my favorite team. But
Cowboy?
Yeah, Dallas Cowboy my favorite.
So, you're talking about Mavericks right now. What about the Mavericks? Hold up. They definitely impressing me now. But I'm already a Lakers fan. They won the whole championship.
They should impress me long before that.
Kobe.
But I was already a Kobe fan.
They beat Bron.
I was already a Kobe fan.
D-Wade and Bosh.
They should
impress you.
They should impress me before Kobe got drafted. They had a chance then. Once Kobe got drafted, it's done.
Bro, that's
simple as that.
Let me ask y'all this though. Let me ask y'all this. Can you respect somebody that got a team hop to get a ring? Can you respect that person?
I mean, yeah.
It depends on their situation. Say like when you say that, like when you say team hop, how many teams we talking about?
Man, How many teams have LeBron?
Give me a certain player that you're talking about.
KD or Bron?
I'm talking about Bron.
But see,
KD, whoever team.
But let me ask y'all this: like, why? Now, y'all, how many LeBron fans we got here?
I like dude.
Okay.
I like him more off the court
fan?
though.
He good.
Okay, so let me ask y'all a question.
He's great.
All right. So, cause I see he brought up KD, and you was finna piggyback off that. The year Golden State, well, LeBron beat Golden State. LeBron pretty much figured them out, right? No, I'm talking about, but that was pretty much it. I don't think, and like I said, I'm not the biggest LeBron fan.
I give you that. LeBron even said in one of the
They already figured them out. So when KD came, all right, I don't feel like KD get the credit. Anytime, I've never seen 35, 8, and 9 get overlooked. Yeah. When he went over there, he basically, I get the players he around and the team he on, but to average 35, 8, and 9 in the finals, bro, that's impressive.
It is very impressive.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't knock why people
My thing with that
not
too
KD for that. Seriously.
It go back to the Giannis thing. Stop him. At the end of the day, stop him.
Right.
It don't matter. Now I get KD. Yeah, he went join Curry and Clay and all that, but beat him.
That's what I'm saying. That's why people don't like.
When Bron went to South Beach, but when KD
And LeBron,
but I get it because they say Golden State put OKC out. Like that's why then KD left.
You said
I
Golden.
get that. Because they were saying he weak for leaving after they beat him. Like, he wouldn't join the team that beat them. Like, if you can't beat them, join them type. That's why they give KD all the bad credit. But at the end of the day, KD, he the best player in the NBA.
If you ask me, KD's situation was a lot worse. Because LeBron,
like team hopping?
Yeah, LeBron was a superstar. This is one reason. LeBron was a superstar. Dwayne Wade was
superstar. Hear me?
But Bosh was an all-star.
Was superstar.
No, Bosh was an all-star, bro.
Bosh
He Hall of Famer.
No.
Okay. He a Hall of Famer though.
He averaged 20.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about it. Nah, I'm talking about it this time. To me, Bosh was an all-star, bro.
Bosh was averaging.
Bro,
are you mad at Bosh?
25 and 10.
Are you mad at Bosh?
He was 25 and 10 at that time.
In Toronto, yes. He had made the All-Star game.
What was D-Wade averaging?
D-Wade was probably up there too.
No, I'm saying what was Bosh averaging
in Toronto? 25 and 10 in Toronto. Because he led.
So when did LeBron go to Miami?
LeBron went to Miami in the Mavs won in 2011, right?
He was in Miami because they beat him.
I'm saying I'm just trying to see what year.
Yeah.
So he either went 10 or 9.
So when did Bosh go?
They went the same time. They went the same night.
They went the same year?
Yeah, the same night.
Bosh was a but still, I don't feel like Bosh was a superstar, bro.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you a GM, right? You find out you in the same division as Miami. You find out they got Chris Bosh. You not worried about that, or are you saying nah, I ain't worried?
Nah, you definitely worried about it.
Okay,
He all-star.
What's the difference from an all-star and a superstar?
Whoa, it's a difference, bro.
To you, tell
it's
me.
a difference.
It's
a difference.
Why is he not a superstar then?
Hold on, what's the difference? Because
it's not a difference between an all-star and a superstar.
Why is he not a superstar?
All-star is a superstar.
Okay, well, let's go to power. Let's see. What is LeBron? Superstar. Name another player that's
a superstar.
That you would consider a superstar.
KD.
Play the same position as definitely a superstar, which is my point. With what I was about to say about KD's situation was worse. What I was saying, KD's situation was worse. KD went to a team with 3 superstars and an all-star.
Wait, 3
superstars.
Who?
Kyrie Irving, superstar. He's unstoppable.
You said KD went to?
Yes. Kyrie Irving.
You talking about Brooklyn?
Yes. Kyrie Irving.
Who's in Brooklyn?
I'm talking about the KD. See, y'all talking about the Golden State.
Yeah.
But I'm saying,
I
wasn't too mad about that part. That's why I say KD switch.
But you can't knock KD for a trade.
Man,
you can't knock him.
Was that his only option?
What? No, I'm talking about for James, because you finna say James Harden. That he had
still. That's why I don't like this situation, because they had 3. Bro, they got.
That's not on KD.
Hold up, they got.
It's not that.
Yeah. KD and Kyrie went to build. Who was in Brooklyn before KD and Kyrie?
Nobody.
I wouldn't. Exactly.
I mean, that's because I wouldn't.
Going to Brooklyn.
At the end of the day,
they trade for James Harden. It's like,
where my camera? Put the camera on me. Put the camera on me. That whole
That's your camera right there, man. Right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
That whole Brooklyn situation is weak. I'm not a fan of Brooklyn, and you know what's crazy? I'm a fan of every person on Brooklyn team. Sound crazy on it, but I'm not a fan of them as a team. So that's weak, bro.
That is the team.
That's weak.
The people make up the team.
You got folk, bro. You got 3 supers. You got the top 3 scorers in the NBA on one team, and you can't win the finals.
All I'm saying,
you can't get to the. I don't want to hear nobody no injury.
Okay, well,
listen, hold up. You take one away, now you got 2.
My uncle got a saying for people like him,
bro. I'm not with that.
They lost that quarterback.
My uncle.
QB, fam.
My uncle always said.
So you got championship without your QB. Think so?
That's different.
What are the chances of you winning?
Hold on,
That's different, bro.
Hold on. He said his uncle got a saying for people like this.
What's the saying? His mind made up already.
Yeah, you biased, bro, man. You can't. You don't have a valid argument. You biased.
You lose.
Your
Kyrie
mind
Irving.
already made up.
You lose Kyrie Irving. You got 2 of the history's top scorers. Like that can go down as like you can argue that.
Okay, now what you about to say next? Because I'm acting like
you still
they have a strained hand.
Oh, man, he couldn't even move.
Sit down then. Don't be because you hurting the team. Bro. No, you hurting the team.
Helped a little bit.
Okay, well, I mean,
really 3. KD on the do you know how hard that is to come back and play off a torn Achilles?
Hey, KD, James Harden, KD. If y'all ever want to come on the show. Disregard this interview.
No, regard it.
I'm just speaking facts on how.
Regard it. Because we need something.
But let's get one thing straight. I've been a James Harden fan. It's one of my favorite players. KD, you gotta respect his game.
Why is he your favorite player? The boy don't play defense.
No, I said one of my. That's not Kobe's my favorite player.
No, you said one. That's what I'm saying. Why is he on your list?
Bro, that dude is unstoppable.
We need to pull up the clips. Yeah, but his defense.
Yeah, but still,
offense wins games, but
he's stoppable.
Defense.
Bro, James Harden? No, he's not, bro.
I don't think in this NBA he's stoppable. I don't think you can do nothing with Harden.
You know why I say he is stoppable?
Why?
Because once he started being James Harden,
that's defense trash. I'm sorry.
He gonna stop himself.
Well, Harden did something when he first got to Brooklyn that I ain't never seen.
Harden's gonna sue.
Yeah, with them assists and stuff. Like I think he kind of trying to ease himself. And exactly, and that's what I think the world is really scared of, because them dudes can actually play together. I ain't think it was gonna go that smooth either.
But look though, I know you said something about injuries. Somebody said something about injuries. Mm-hmm. How does injuries play that part? Do you believe that if a player is hurt, should he stay in the game or should he come out? What are y'all thoughts on that? Because I see what Hemi Life said. If you stand in the game, that injury, your heart is good, but that injury could end up hurting the team versus coming out. But if you come out, who's to say that you couldn't have stayed in and your 70% is better than your backups 100%? I
feel like that's the consideration of your coach, because a hurt James Harden was better than everybody they had on their bench at their position. You see what I'm saying? Like,
it makes sense.
He still had I think he had a game. He scored like 26.
But do I run the risk of injuring him more?
That's on you then, as a player. Now, if you feel like you hurt,
now I done played hurt.
Okay,
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
for them, that's a risk you gotta take. We get past this, we get the rest some. Hopefully, get Kyrie back. Hopefully, James get better.
I feel you.
That's their mindset. They think about next, right?
Now, the only sport I have a mentality on is injury. Yes, like that year the Packers won the Super Bowl, like 20-some players on IR. That was like really next man up mentality. Like they lost their best player on defense that year in the Super Bowl, still won.
You can even say when USC played Texas defense. You remember that year 2004, 2005?
About the one came out?
Like 2 or 3 of their defense starters was hurt, and they still won. That's what I'm saying. So I mean,
was that the year?
I think how strong is your bench?
McCoy was there? It's not the. No, he said OU in Texas.
Nah, USC in Texas, the greatest football game. The greatest ball game ever played.
Yes, that was probably the
college football player ever played.
Who Vince or Bush?
I think we got.
I don't know if he the best, bro.
Huh? College?
No.
Who's the best?
Nah, man.
Who's the best?
Nah, bro, you gotta say Bo Jackson. You gotta say Dion. It's a lot of people, bro.
No, we talking about what they did in college.
Now I know who the greatest college
football.
football.
He was in the Pac-10, man.
I see it was tough then.
Man.
Well, okay. It wasn't tough.
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. SEC?
You can't knock.
Come on, man. I'm taking Bo Jackson to Dion all day.
In college?
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
I got him. You don't think you don't think Reggie doing that in the SEC?
No, he's not doing that because that was a spread offense.
Okay, so what's a more powerful league? I'm putting SEC in
back then.
Now. No, SEC or NFL? Because Reggie Bush stats showing the NFL too.
What?
You can pull up his film.
It ain't nothing like. What do you mean?
They didn't get him.
He went off in the NFL. What makes you think he won't go off in the SEC?
Did he go out?
NFL is best of the best.
Yeah, of course. Did he go? Oh no, he
wouldn't have ran.
He was a different. I mean, he was cool.
I think
he was cool.
Reggie first got
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Ask me.
Let me ask you this. Did he live up to your expectations
in the NFL?
In the NFL,
like
based off what he put up in it. No, I mean it don't matter. Whatever you call it.
He hurt himself.
I mean, it's a difference. I mean, you expect you. I'm not saying he gonna go do what he did.
He was nice. He was cool. He my top 5.
Nice.
Yeah.
But I think he had a solid career.
He did. Okay, I use that word solid.
When he left New Orleans,
there you go. That was the difference.
Yeah.
If he would have stayed, if he would have stayed with Sean Payton, I think his career.
Oh yeah, and that's what he was cold.
They tried to use him as a real running back. He wasn't. He
exactly.
put me everywhere.
He nice. He now the best all around athlete, like on the field. I'm not talking about different sports. Like put him in any position, he gonna dominate. Yeah. Number one. But
what you said was college though. I want to know why. I don't even want to talk about the NFL because you actually got something to talk about when it comes to Reggie Bush in the NFL because he didn't do what he did. He did in my case. He didn't live up to what we thought he was gonna be, but he still did good. So what I'm saying is, who was your favorite?
Yes, if you about to say that.
Did Adrian Peterson live up to it?
Of course.
I think when you live up to it, it's not even only. It's not just a test of your physical capabilities. Mentally, bro, you gotta translate. Like you gotta transition mentally. So I think it's. I'm thinking about everything all together.
I feel you on that.
Mentally, you could be the coldest player in college ever. But if you don't transition mentally, you done. You done. Now,
makes sense.
I think Adrian Peterson, bro.
Adrian Peterson. I mean, that's
Adrian Peterson. I'm talking about like somebody that had the clout in college and he never died down until he was talking about they beat his kid, but all the kids get whooping.
What's funny, bro, and I feel like realistically, AP really ain't died down. Like in the game today, if AP went to a team, people gonna talk about that.
Yeah.
If Reggie Bush went to a team, they're not gonna say much. They're gonna watch eyes Reggie.
Right.
I feel like AP still legend.
He
still play.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, even when he was in Washington, he was still
he was still putting up numbers. I just hate the fact. I remember that year. I hate and I don't know if this was on him or the coach. He was 8 yards away from breaking Eric Dickinson's rushing record, and they took him out.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of that, they were like, they found out he was only 8 yards away.
So hold that thought.
Okay.
Since you've been in the league,
right?
Do they know that stuff? Like going into that game
it happened. My rookie year in Buffalo, Robert Woods, he had the longest streak in NFL history with a catch in every single game, or like 3 catches. In one game, he didn't get a catch at all. And they know, but sometimes they care more about winning than.
But that's true.
And I feel the same way because when I was in college, I was 3 touchdowns away from #1 in the history books, like 6 catches away, and that give me the ball. I don't care.
That's what I'm saying. At some point, you gotta give it to him, dog.
Me as a coach now, if I know that, it happened to my first year coaching. One of my wide receivers, he needed like a deep ball, like 40 yards or something to break the school record, and I'm on the headset like, we better throw him this ball.
You got to. Like, first of all, you can't stop him.
At that too. Just let them.
Yeah.
If somebody that close,
that's why I say they know this stuff.
If somebody that close to breaking a record, the history shows you can't stop this person. That's bottom line. All that stood between AP and the rushing record was 8 yards, 6 yards, and this wasn't going into the game. This was like information that they should have had on the sideline.
That's what I'm saying.
And that was after a long run.
They be knowing that. That's why they
you
be
in the
knowing
zone
that right then.
I remember
That's like when they break, like if somebody break a touchdown record, they celebrate them, give them the ball right there in the end zone because they know that.
Yeah.
So I feel like the coaches knew that. They knew he needed 8 yards.
I wouldn't have came off the field if I was him.
Right, come on. Right. But he thought he did.
Yeah.
Because they held him.
They just show you about people's character. Somebody like AP. In his mind, he's not thinking, let me go get this record.
It wasn't Childress.
It was
I forgot who it was. He was the Vikings. I forgot.
It was the DC.
It was
Childress.
Dang, I forgot dude's name. I see his face.
Childress?
Might have been. Let me go fact check.
I forgot, but let me. It's man, look, all right. So
I'm with you on that though.
Yeah,
that's one of mine.
He definitely should have got the record.
You gotta go get that record.
And I don't mean to shift gears, but we can keep talking about this too. But like, I feel like people may look at this podcast and be like, all right, who are these dudes? Like, where they come from? Like, why should we listen to them? And all of that will come out, but the name of the podcast is Fifth Quarter, right? I just think we got to properly introduce that because people, they want to know the story behind something. I think when they know the story behind the people that they're listening to, I think it helps them engage more. So let me ask y'all, why title is the Fifth Quarter? Like, what is the Fifth Quarter all about, man? Like, what is this podcast all about?
Oh, I'm gonna piggyback on the name. Like I say, we all know it's 4 quarters in sports. So like I say, the 5th quarter is basically what you piggyback on. Life after sport. I feel like everybody got a story.
Yeah.
I just feel like the 5th quarter kind of help us translate that out there. Because we got people it's so many people, man, that's cold, that probably had issues going on, or didn't make it. Like one day I was telling Diz, he was telling me about, I think he played in the league 3 years or something. Was there something like that you were telling me? You see what I'm saying? I was like, bro, that's an accomplishment, bro. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Getting drafted is an accomplishment.
He was nasty.
Yeah, you actually played. Nah,
he was nasty.
To be in that's a great accomplishment.
Deal. I'm with you on that,
You see what I'm saying? Because some people and actually played,
right.
And you was a 7th-round pick. Find me, and y'all take your time with that. And that's anybody watching this show. Find me a 7th-rounder that played 3 years. Like besides Marcus Colston, I'm gonna take that off. But find me another one.
And this is the thing, bro. You had superstars vouching for him while he was in Buffalo, bro. Wondering why he ain't getting.
We knew.
Who vouched for you, bro?
Reggie Bush vouched for him. Who else? Tyrod Taylor, was he up there with you?
Who was your OC?
Greg Roman. It was mainly Rex, man. And we'll get into all that one day. Behind and details about that.
Wow.
It's one of them situations where, I got drafted, but it was almost better if I would have went undrafted to choose where I wanted to go. Some situations. Well, you said it to me. What did you say?
I was telling you about being drafted,
about being
the 7th.
Situations,
It's better.
Yeah, I mean,
because you was in perfect. You was in the AFC. That's East, right?
Yeah. AFC.
I feel like if you'd have went to New England, you'd still been in the league. Or you'd have 2 or 3 Super Bowls right now. And I feel like if you didn't want to be in the league no more, it'd be on you.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell Brady wouldn't ask for no 6'4" receiver that can get you in and out of cuts. Come on, bro. So I feel like if you didn't went to the paint, you're definitely
that place I was in.
I ain't understand.
It's always hard too when you go into somewhere where it's like, all right, we gotta rebuild. And if that rebuild don't happen, they clean the house. That's why my last year there. Probably 3 other people that I started with that was still on their roster. They got rid of everybody, coaching staff, chaplain,
and then the coach you had,
trainers, everybody.
I don't think Rex give a damn about offense. The coach you had, so it was just now if you was a DB or safety or something it'd probably in that situation. Not to say you couldn't have played receiver there, but just the situation you was in wasn't
That's the names I was behind too and competing with every day. Not saying that I couldn't, but it's.
See, that's what I'm saying, bro.
You was there 3 years. You was there 3 years.
That's what I'm saying.
So you obviously could compete if you was there 3 years. Because if not, they got rid of you after the first 4 preseason games.
And that's what you were talking about. Like, when I think about the fifth quarter, kind of to go off what you said, the fifth quarter is about, like, that part of football, that part of any sports, really, the part that they don't see, the part that's not on TV, on ESPN. It's like the battles that you got to fight in your own mind, the being number 3 or 4 on the depth chart, like the getting drafted, what goes on behind the scenes. That's what the fifth quarter is about, because as athletes, man, and I know I'm guilty of this, I used to train heavy for 4 quarters. I used to go in for 4, like I'm training my mind for 4 quarters. But then when that fifth quarter happened, when life happened, when the lights went out, it's like, dang, I feel like a 3-year-old in the world. I gotta train my mind. And I think that's what a lot of players, a lot of sports people are missing. They train, they train for the big bucks, they train for the game, they train for this, but they not training for the life after that, and that's the fifth quarter. We got to start training for the fifth quarter. Yep. And I know sometimes I ain't going to say sometimes, I know for me that's a goal of this podcast, like to show, not only just give people exposure, because we're going to do that. We're going to have guests, like we're going to have big-time guests, but I want to give exposure to people on how you got to train for life after whatever it is. Like if it don't work, what if you 10 years and it don't work, 18 years you put it in and it don't work, what you going to do then?
People
you know what I'm saying?
Focused on that, but that's
what are you gonna do if it do work?
Factor. You gotta focus on that. You gotta think of that.
It's funny, not really funny, but you know, man. If y'all know, this was my idol, man. Growing up, football, big reason why I played. But we had talks about your career and how you wasn't prepared, and I feel like you prepared me. Cause my 3rd year in Buffalo, man, I was in a depression. I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. If it happens, it happens. If not, it don't. Once I got released, I was okay.
Yeah.
I had an idea of what I was going to do. Like, I had a plan for my 5th quarter, basically. Yeah. I wasn't just, when this is over, what am I going to do? Am I going to go home? I went home and went straight to college. Got my degree. Got straight into coaching.
That's what's
so up. A question, bro. Were other teams calling when you released?
Dude, I still get offers like all the spring leagues, AFL, CFL. They still, somebody texted me like a month ago asking me to come back and play. And that's another thing. I chose to stop playing. It wasn't like I couldn't do it no more. It's like all right, I did this, I did that, man. I know the ins and outs of the game, and it was something I kind of didn't want to deal with mentally. Like, it was something, it take a toll on you, man. That's why you hear all these NFL players coming out talking about mental health. That's the most important thing in the NFL. If you ain't strong up here, not saying that I wasn't, because I was, but
take a toll.
When you 7th round, you competing. At one point in time, I'm 3rd on the depth chart. Another point in time, I'm not getting plays. Another point in time, I'm the leading receiver in this preseason game, scoring touchdowns. Next 2 games, I'm not even playing. Like, stuff like that, it messes with you. It's like, damn,
you don't really have no security.
Not at all. You don't know who for you. Like, coach used to put me on highlights in front of the team. Like, this is how we do this. And then the next day, I don't get a rep in practice. Like, come on now. You don't know what's real. You don't know what's fake. And I didn't want to keep going with that string pulling stuff. I mean, I had some other workouts after that. I tried it, and I just didn't want to go some of those routes. So I just chose my career over football.
If you felt like it was another team that called, which team? Because that's a question I always wanted to ask you. That day we met up, I wanted to ask you that, but I said I'm going to say you for the show. Like, was there like a team that you almost gave a chance to, or you went and worked out for?
I went and worked out with the Cowboys.
That's what I was hoping he went.
It went good, but it was, like week 14. The season was almost over. It would have been one of those things will bring you back for a training camp and all that. And that's the thing with some of that stuff. It's the what if. Like, are y'all really going to do it? Are y'all talking? We can talk about that. The reason I don't like the Cowboys, I had the whole pre-draft thing, I was supposed to go work out for them, but another guy that was with my agency went and worked out for another team and broke his foot. So my agency was like, nah, nobody else is working out. So they were like, we really want him to work out. And they were like, nah. So they said, okay, we'll just bring him in on a visit. So I'm supposed to be going in on a visit. I wake up, get dressed, ready. I get a text message, don't worry about coming in. It's like, dang, what is it? You said you wanted me to come in. You wanted to do this.
The Cowboys telling you.
And now all of a sudden you saying don't come in. See, that's the thing with that NFL stuff. It's crazy. And that ain't me throwing salt on the NFL because I respect everybody in it, man. But just the behind the scenes, and that's what I tell. Because I'm a high school coach. I tell my players all the time, why aren't you playing? Why don't you turn down all this money? It's not always about the money. Like it's a lot that y'all don't see.
Yeah.
Like, you can Google salaries and all that, but we not getting all that money. There's a lot of behind the scenes stuff y'all don't see. Y'all don't know the real about this coach. Y'all don't know the real about these players, this atmosphere, this city, this town, like all this stuff.
Because I heard through the grapevine, Gary Kubiak is like an a-hole.
Hey, but a lot of coaches are, bro. And it's different when you're a grown man taking that from a grown man sometimes. It's not really a pride thing, it's a respect thing. Like,
and I also heard
now, don't go too far now.
But I heard like it depends on who their player is too.
Oh yeah, some players they can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Sammy Walker, that's my brother, love him to death. Boy, he mess up anything, that's all he did. It was okay. He put his hand right up.
My bad.
Nobody said they can't say nothing. What you gonna say to him? He's your best receiver. You ain't gonna say nothing to him.
Right.
It's a lot of politics in that stuff, man. It's really deep. But like he was saying, like learning from him and being mentored by him and seeing how he had that transition and struggle with it, it kind of prepped me to know what I wanted to do in my fifth quarter. So I was able, and that's why everybody got different stories, man. Everybody transitioned differently. That's the special part about this podcast. Like we have people who made it, people who could have made it, people who wanted to,
had all the talent in the world, and just didn't want to.
Most athletic podcast.
So really, your story really helped him.
Facts.
Yeah,
and he know that. He know everything about it. And he know too. They were there from jump. Like that's who I grew up watching. Like my brother played, but no, I wanted to go to his games.
Yeah,
I was too young to go to his, and he stopped playing by the time I did become of age to learn. But I was at every game. Let's go touchdown. I jumped the fence one time and ran on the field.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man. And see, like growing up, his athletic ability inspired me because I'm like, all right, one day I can get to where my brother is. Let me tell y'all, man. I seen this with my own eyes. I don't even know if he told you this story. I seen this with my own eyes. And this ain't no glory days type of podcast. I don't want y'all to think, man, they just living the glory day. Nah, forget that. We giving y'all facts. Yeah. We had a partner that went to did he go to Missouri Valley? Tyree. He went somewhere after
Missouri. It was somewhere.
He went
somewhere in Missouri. Somewhere in Missouri.
Went up there, ran a 4.38, right? Spring break, he came down. The summer break came down. Raced him. Yeah. And I kid you not, I seen it with my own eyes. He beat him at least by 3 or 4 yards. It was then that I knew that he messed up. Yeah. I'm like, hold on, fam.
Hey,
like you just beat, huh?
When was that?
When was it? I don't know. I know you raced him, and I know you beat him, and because he came down talking about I got clocked at a 4.38.
I'm saying he knew that's when I messed up. I knew long before that.
Well, no. Well, you knew because you knew your ability, but I didn't know you that fast because when we were kids, I remember you told me, bro, you'll never be able to beat me. So at that point, I ain't care how fast. Look, see, I was a husky kid. I just hit hard and I run hard. Yeah. But at that point, when you said that, I'm like, you know what? You're not about to tell me what I can't do. I don't care how fast you are. Yeah. So now, my whole career, I'm trying to catch up to what you said. So you realize your talent's way before I did. I just knew that you was somebody I'm trying to catch up to. Yeah. I wasn't looking at it through the lens of, all right, man, this is somebody that's cold. Let me try to do it. I'm like, nah, this is somebody that challenged me, and I don't care who he think he is. I'm going to put the work in. Yeah. And, bro, I never beat him a day in my life, and that's when I knew it.
But he got you, brother. You beat me.
I just got to the 4.43.
First of all, we ain't gonna take nothing away. First of all, you wasn't slow. Let's get that understood. You wasn't slow.
I want to get the Nino story too, man. I gotta hear him too. But go ahead.
You wasn't slow, and you 6'4", and you beat me when I was in my 30s. That's all I'm gonna say. But I ain't gonna take nothing. I mean,
he beat you. I ain't know that. He ain't advertised that, bro.
Bro, like him speak so highly of you, bro. The hell with my story, bro. I always want to hear what you got, bro.
He got a story that'll tear you up, bro. Right. Because I literally almost cried.
Let me give you this. I kid you not. I promise you. I was in college, and he vouched for. I text him, called him. Hey, you got your high school highlight tapes? Yeah. All right, next time I come home, I'm getting them. Watch them every day almost. I used to send him videos like, bro, look at this, bro. Like, he could have had 30 for 30 almost, but I'm not playing. He was really the beginning of like, all right, everybody knew in our family, oh, Sheridan got to do this. Sheridan going to do this. Sheridan going to do it. Like, I'm not playing. And I'm in the, 5th grade, 4th grade, 6th grade, like, watching it. Like, traveling to Waco, watching them in state championship games, going to New Mexico.
Did you play?
High school running back and linebacker. College, I played running back.
Okay.
Linebacker,
bro.
But linebacker was my true position.
But that's the crazy thing. He was getting recruited for running back. Linebacker too, but he was so much of a beast at linebacker, bro. It was crazy. Like,
real, bro.
He like me and my daddy still talk about that. I don't even know if you know that. Me and my daddy still talk about that. Where we'll ask each other, you think Sheridan would have been better in the NFL as a running back or linebacker? And we both agreed linebacker, even though he was cold at running back. But linebacker, he was just another type monster.
I'm gonna tell you like this, man.
Not to cut you off.
No, you good. That's exactly where I was about to go. Linebacker. But you might think I'm crazy. The only reason I chose to play running back was because that was a position that I could run the ball and hit at the same time. Yeah. I knew that I was a hitter, but and then linebacker came too easy for me. And so me thinking, I'm always looking for the hard road because I feel like it helped develop you as a person, skill set, whatever. Right. So I'm like, nah, bro, linebacker too easy. I'm talking about I could easily read what the offense was about to do. Like I can read everybody. But at that age, I didn't know
that's a talent.
I didn't know that. That's a talent. I was like, bro, this is easy. Hitting, bro. Nobody's about to run me over.
Me and my daddy discussed the other day.
So I said, man, running back, when y'all played Midland in that state championship, it's about him just being a bruiser, bro. He break for like 60 yards. Touchdown easily. It's a corner comes. He chooses to just run over the corner instead of going to score. Yeah. That was his mindset.
Was that 60-yard run, bro. He gone.
But see, that would have won the game too.
He go to him, try to run him over.
That would have won the game, bro.
So that was the game winner.
I mean, it could have been. Nobody was scoring. It was like a great game, bro.
But at the same time, though, I never got the ball after that, and that was the third quarter. I messed that 70-yard run up.
Did you feel like that was the ball?
But you on NCAA, like I told my brother all the time, on NCAA, y'all know when you playing with that player and he keep breaking, he keep scoring, bro, that light gonna start blinking.
Yeah.
I was blinking, bro. I was blinking, bro. And then coach stopped. Coach stopped. I don't know if he thought I was tired, but if he had gave me the ball again, it wasn't gonna take 2 or 3 more plays, bro. I was going to the zone. Like as a player, you know when you can't be stopped. Mm-hmm. And after I made that play, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, come back to me. I ain't trying to be selfish, but I know I can make a play right now. Yeah. But nah, man. I mean, and that's a lot of stuff that messed me up when you talk about the 5th quarter, man. Because I knew that I loved the game. I knew that it was a natural ability for me. But when God took it, I ain't gonna say he took it away, but when he closed the door on it, I literally, at 24 years old, I felt like a 3-year-old trying to figure out life. Mm-hmm. And then I turned to drinking. I used to smoke a little bit. I turned to women. I turned to partying. I remember one time I got so drunk, it was a stranger at the bar had to drive my car home. And I'm in the passenger seat. And the only reason they knew where I would stay because they used to go to Hutch. So it's like God was even watching over me when I was acting like that because I couldn't adjust. I was trying to deal with the pain, bro. I ain't know what the 5th quarter. I ain't know how to adjust.
That lasted, and I admit to that lasted for a minute. Cause bro, it was times where he'd be mad, like me and him got into it over oatmeal, bro.
Bro, he was
about to kill me.
Bro, I was about to kill that, bro.
He was about to kill over oatmeal.
It wasn't over oatmeal. It's deeper than that.
But
it's deeper than that. It wasn't over oatmeal.
The thing was. It didn't have to go there far, but what I'm saying is during that time, he was just in a dark place, bro. Yeah. I used to tell him all the time, bro, you wake up mad. Like, just mad for no reason, bro.
I did, bro.
It was bad.
My wife, man, he tell me all the time, and my wife saved my life.
Yeah, definitely. Once he met her, it was
whole nother him. It was different, man. But
whole nother him came out, bro.
Yeah, it was hard. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, we got to show people how to deal with adversity, man, in 5th quarter, man, because if you ain't ready, Fifth quarter come, you gonna lose the game, dog. That's straight up.
Definitely.
You got to, man. That's why I was like, you just hearing y'all stories, bro. Like, you know, like I say, him and speak highly of you all the time. I see it talking to Dez. You know, like I said, I play sports with him all the time. I can tell he's a damn athlete. But like I said, it's just dope just hearing y'all stories. Like I say, especially then you got somebody here that did make it, that can actually go back if you wanted to, but you just choose not to. You see what I'm saying? So, like, and I don't even feel like that after hearing it, bro, I don't feel like that you took a loss. I feel like maybe your sacrifice was God for him. Yeah. Because maybe he wouldn't have made it if you would have made it too. You see what I'm saying? Because it clearly prepared him for something.
Yeah. Nah, that's true. I ain't never looked at it like that.
Yeah. Like maybe he, because we get, who to say he make it to the league without your advice?
Right.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, that's real.
You know who I did it for, man.
That's real.
So
yeah,
man.
That's a good, man. That's a good perspective. Like,
I mean, because you know, especially how I already speak highly of you, like, you know, and it was just maybe something you said, like them days he was in Buffalo, you know, in his own little shell. Maybe it's something you said to make him go back out there.
Right.
Like even getting the ball, like, you know, how you say you led who the hell leads the league in the preseason or your team in stats and don't get the ball again. That'll mess me up. It's like scoring 50 and you don't drop a play for me.
Bro,
you see what I'm saying? You know, like
we were lost, bro. We were lost. So I was trying to figure out when we heard he got signed, that was bro, I almost took that as when they said his name at the draft. Yeah. When we heard he actually got signed to the team and he out practice squad, he actually on the roster. Yeah. That was like he just got drafted out of.
So your name came across TV too. Yeah, okay, that's dope.
Oh yeah,
we was there though.
I got the video. Yeah, they was
there. You still got the video?
Well, I had to go find him, bro. He was out of back alley somewhere.
I took out.
He told me he was out of there. Bro, look, people. This how long it was. So right after everybody screaming, I'm in the room. I saw their reaction off of video. I'm talking to the team. I talked to them for like 25 minutes. I go outside. We done took pictures with everybody out there. I started looking. I said, bro, what's Sheridan at? They said, I don't know. He walked out. I was like, what? So I walk in. I look. He's just sitting in the alley. He looked at me and just shook his head.
Crying,
I was
bro.
like, yeah, bro, I already know.
Crying. Cause
he know, bro. And I told him, I'll never forget, bro. I was a junior in college, bro, New Year's. It had just struck, bro. Something hit me, bro. I just bust out crying. I ran outside, bro. I looked him in his eyes. I said, bro, I'm getting drafted. To his face. I told him straight up like I'm getting drafted, bro. Yeah. So I know what that feeling felt like for one. It's like he made family to make it, and it's like a promise I made it because he know like he a big part of why.
Crazy thing about that story. Crazy thing about them two. Like he said, he was always it's just when he hit the NFL, we know he going. I ain't know he played football.
Wow.
Bro. That's the crazy thing.
Like
we didn't even know he played football until like the 8th grade, like 8th or 9th grade, bro. Yeah. And didn't just know he was what he was until maybe
college.
I mean,
because high school he only had 9 catches
19. I ain't do nothing in high school.
Well, I don't know. We was at the game, so
but I mean, you was coming to track meets and stuff too, though, and seeing me like grow.
Bro, when he went to college, we like, dang. Then when he get drafted, like, we didn't even know he played football. Like,
that worked.
But that's I think that was part of the reason as well. Is he was so excited. Like he had to go look for him. He was down the alley like filling up the alley with tourists. Yeah. Like for real, because he was so excited for him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't make it, but he did. You know, somebody in the family made it. So it was just excitement, bro.
Yeah, bro. It was real.
Nah, bro.
Whole lot of excitement.
That was good, bro. It was good, man.
Yeah, I can believe that, bro. Because like I say, probably when he got drafted, man, it felt like you made it as well. You see what I'm saying?
That was the exact feeling.
Tell him too. Say we made it.
Yeah. That's a hell of a story. And to switch gears a little bit, like how does that feel, coaching these kids now? Because you know these kids now, like it's the name, you know everything.
That's really why I went back into it. Because it's like, and I told them this. God ain't put me in the league to be the best ever. He put me in the league to learn and come help somebody. Yeah. Like come teach these kids. That's why I went back to high school. Like I just got offered to be a D1 coach 2 days ago. I turned it down. Like I'm all right. I'm gonna stay with my family and I'm gonna keep working with these younger kids because that's where it starts. Yep. And that's where we fail too. Like not realizing we want to wait until they get out of high school and get out of middle school to try to work with somebody, but that's where it starts. And I'm actually at a school where it's like it's a little rough over there. It's not easy for them. So I done dealt with a bunch of different stuff that we ain't got to get into, but I done had to be there for kids in tough situations and like talk them through and help them through. I had a kid the other day, he called me Pops, and I'm like laughing it off. And the coach said, "Why you calling that?" He said, "Because he really like a father figure to me." And that touched me, bro. Like, and that's part of why I came back for this, like, to help them get to where I got and further than that. I want to teach them the mindset that I should have had in this situation, so when they get in that situation, they know what to do. Yeah. Like, you know what's coming. Can't nothing affect you if you know what's coming and you got something, like, prepared. Like, I tell them that all the time. You know, we talk about we got our bag, I'm in my bag. Fill that bag up with all types of stuff. So when somebody play this card, you digging through it, play right
that's
back.
good.
I like that.
But you already know you already know how to react to it. You know how to handle that situation. But yeah, man, it's a blessing being back to help those younger kids.
Which is kind of like what we doing here, which we didn't fully mention that what the idea of the podcast came from. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The idea of the podcast came from we just want to start, you know what I'm saying, we want to shine the light and help these high school kids. And even younger than that. I mean, it start earlier than that. Right. You know what I mean? But it started pretty much just with the high school athletes. Let's shine the light on them. Nobody's really doing it. Not saying nobody is doing it, but you know what I mean? Yeah. We can shine the light on them, let them they all got stories. Yeah, let them tell their stories.
On the field and off the field.
You know what I'm saying? We got stories to help them in their future. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So that's to kind of let everybody know we gonna have a lot of, that's the goal, to try to have a lot of athletes on, talk to them, motivate them. You know what I'm saying? Teach them about certain things, teach them about life. Exactly. You know what I mean? Stuff they need to know because like fifth quarter, you know what I'm saying? Prime example, football ain't guaranteed.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's, every time you step on that, on that field, you a play away from not ever playing. Every time
could be your fourth quarter.
Every time you wake up in the morning, you a step away from not playing. Yep. You never know what's gonna happen in life. You know what I'm saying? You can wake up blind.
Anything.
That's it. Like,
look, that happened to Foxy Brown woke up deaf, didn't he? Yeah, you never know, man.
Ain't nothing promised. So they just gotta shine the light on them, bring them here, teach them, talk to them, let them know they gotta be ready for whatever. Because this right here ain't promised. Booby Miles a prime example. You don't be like that.
Right. And I feel like this podcast is like a perfect, like you said, perfect example of that because you have everybody preparing these kids and telling them about, hey, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. I don't think a lot of people explain to, kids.
Exactly.
Like, what you gonna do if this don't work?
Exactly.
What if you go tear your ACL? Like I be seeing God forbid this ever happening about kids can get paralyzed in some games. You see what I'm saying? Like you just never know. Like what plan do you have if football don't work? I know my mom would say it to me all the time. What plan do I have if basketball don't work? I laughed it off. Like I know I'm gonna make it. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
That's what I was about to say.
Like mama, you tripping? I don't know why you even talking. Not to me. You at my games, you see me, but you see what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like now she used to be like, all right. You see what I'm saying? Because my grandma told me one time, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, but now in the fifth quarter, I see like they was right. Yeah. So
let me ask y'all this because I know you know what I'm saying. I know we all got something to say. To wrap this up, like this episode, wrap this up. What are some closing remarks, like right now? Like, we ain't got to wait to inspire people. It's like, right now, speak the real. I feel like we can each share our closing remarks and we wrap it up. What is one thing that you can tell somebody to motivate them that will help them in that fifth quarter in their life? Like, what is one thing? Like, sum it up like 2 or 3 minutes, I guess. But just say what's on your heart, what you learned, what we done been through. Like we said, we all got stories. So just what is something that this podcast or the men in this podcast can tell somebody right now that's listening that's going to help them when they leave or when they turn off the video?
I know, and I said this quote to y'all before, but this quote I kind of go by a lot is one day or day one. Yeah. It's It's like, are you waking up every morning saying, one day I'm going to do this, one day I'm going to go get this job, I'm going to try to start this brand? Or are you saying, all right, this day one, well, I'm about to start finding a merchant or something, finding my clientele, building.
I like that.
And me personally, that's what it took me to just do it. Like, you was just in the NFL making the most money ever.
Yeah.
I got out, and it's like, dang, what's next? Go to college. Do it. Hit up the advisors all day. Hey, what I got to do to get back? What I got to do that's all it is. It's just being confident to take that step. Don't sit back and just wait on something to happen, because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen how you want it to.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes you got to, and I tell my players this all the time, be comfortable being uncomfortable. Sometimes that situation might not be what you want to be in, but it's what you need to go through to get you to where you need to be. So that's my main thing, just taking advantage of opportunities and just being confident, man. Just taking those strides, taking those steps to get better and do what you want to do in life. That's where it starts, really.
What about you, Nino?
Mine would be, in all honesty, man, just there's something you set your mind to, man. If you really want it, just go get it. Because I look back now, even in my fifth quarter, I feel like a lot of stuff I should have did. Whether that was stayed after practice, whether that was, worked on this or worked on that. You see what I'm saying? Because like I said, I always thought I was cold. But I got invited to like one camp and saying, dude, like, you ain't the coach.
Bro.
And see what messes your head up is if you're a senior or a junior, that's a sophomore and freshman, and giving you problems. You see what I'm saying? Now you're like, oh my God.
Yeah, man.
You're like, oh my God, bro.
He 13 years old?
Yeah. And hard to deal with, but it got like a Dez height in your body. And like, I'm like, oh my God. Like, they out here. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just, man, I always put that one more rep, that extra job. I always do that, because that saying is true, man. If you leave it all out there, you won't feel bad. A lot of times I know I didn't leave it all out there. I was either trying to rush from practice to go holler at a chick, or rush from practice to go get on the game, or go hang with my partners. And so, like, sometimes I can see people I can see I watch a game and be like, damn, I know I could have did that, but maybe he put the extra effort in to be there. I didn't. Yeah, so anything, man, set your mind to it, do it, man. Like, don't never leave nothing. Whatever you feel like extra you can do, or you could have did that better, correct it. You see what I'm saying? Because like I say, that was my thing. That's what's up.
Want to go? Or you want me to?
Pretty much same thing he said.
Yeah.
Bro, if it's anything that you feel like you want to do it. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Put your eye out to it, which I can say that with what I do now as far as YouTube.
Yeah.
Man, my brother tell you, if I never said this, that's my brother. This is my cousin, like blood. So it's not a saying. This is my bro.
Yeah.
It's really blood. You know what I mean?
Got saying granddaddy.
You know what I'm saying? So they actually know. They couldn't picture me doing YouTube.
At all.
I didn't talk.
At all.
I didn't talk, bro, but
at all.
I got a story on why I didn't talk, which I done told that story before. I'll tell it one day. But I knew I wanted to do it, and I dove in it, and I ain't let nothing stop me. I put my all in it. I put everything I had into it, and I'm getting to be pretty successful at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So whatever it is you want to do, man, just put your mind to it and do it. Simple as that. And like Nino said, leave it all on the table. We'll get into my story on a whole nother day, but it was times I know I left a whole lot.
You left
a
large piece.
Listen, I left a lot. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that. But so one thing I do want to say, it was times where the Coach Hill, Coach Hill called my daddy. He's like, hey, your son ain't coming to practice? My daddy was like, he should be at practice. I'm in the gym hiding. I'm like, look.
Wow, man.
I'm like, look.
He ain't in practice?
I'm like, y'all just put me through a drill that almost killed me. Knocked the wind out of me, man. I'm 5'1", about 100 pounds.
Soaking
wet. You just let this man come kill me. Like, no, I'm not coming back out there.
I'm in the gym hiding, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I left a lot on the table that I regret. You know what I'm saying? I regret, like, it's the regret that I feel from that it's extreme. You know what I mean? But we'll get into that. But what I'm saying is, whatever it is you feel that you can do, don't be afraid to do it. Get out there and do it, because you know what I'm saying, you never know how good you're gonna be at it. You know what I mean?
It's real.
You never know how you're gonna succeed at it. You know what I mean? That's how it was with the YouTube. I just tried it, bro, and I turned out being successful at it.
It's real.
That wasn't me. I couldn't talk in front of a camera. Ain't no way I could have did this. It's no way I could have did this podcast if I hadn't been on YouTube before this. You know what I mean?
That's real.
So whatever it is.
And you know that's big when you ain't talk around your family.
He
ain't saying he ain't talking public. He ain't talking around family.
Long story short, man, I used to stutter coming up. A lot of people never knew this though. I used to stutter coming up until I got to my junior year. I figured out what caused me to stutter, and it was me getting excited. So if I was anxious to tell you a story, and I'm excited about it, I'm gonna start stuttering.
Yeah.
Or if I'm nervous, I'm gonna start stuttering. So I figured out how to control it, and I opened up my junior, sophomore year, later on in life. That's when I opened up and started talking more. But that was my reason for not talking like that, because I used to stutter, and I never knew when I would stutter. Then I figured it out, and I learned how to control it. So, but yeah, man, just go after your dreams, man. Chase them. Don't stop chasing them, man. Just put your eye to it, and I guarantee you, man, you will be successful. You will succeed at what it is you're trying to do if you put 100% into it.
Yeah, that's good, man. So we got one day or day one. We got give it your all, and we got all of these, man, really gems that people been dropping on this microphone. And I'm gonna just come by, keep it short and sweet. I'm gonna just come by and tell you, compete against yourself. Compete against yourself. Like, everybody want to be number one. Like, people, they put in work to be number one. But what they don't understand is that it's harder to be number one than it is to be number 10. Because now you got all these people up under you looking for your spot, and then you ain't got nobody to look at or chase when you in the number one spot. If you base your career off trying to be number one and beating everybody else, what type of work you gonna put in once you number one? Because you've been looking at the competition your whole life. I'm be better than him. I'll be better than him. Well, now, what if you the one that don't have nobody to look forward to? Your work ethic is gonna decline because you've been competing against everybody else. And I tell my daughter all the time, she's like a track star. I tell her, babe, don't come and tell me who beat you or who you beat on the track. I really don't care. I want to know, did you break your own record? Did you put in the work this time to beat your last time? Like, that's what I want to know. So if I can leave y'all with anything, man, compete against yourself. And the reason that it's so crucial to compete against yourself, because only you know how much effort you giving. Can't nobody tell me how much effort I gave, but you can tell yourself. And when you compete against yourself, when you get at 100%, and when you go out there, even if you number 5, if you gave 100%, you understand one or two things. That eventually I am going to be number one. Or the second thing is, I might be number 5, but at least I put in the time. That way, when I retire, when I give it my all, I know I left nothing on the table. So I know I didn't. And that's one of the biggest things. That's one of the best feelings, knowing that you didn't leave anything on the table to be eaten. Like, knowing that you can walk away saying, bro, I competed against myself. So to wrap up this podcast, man, y'all know what the 5th quarter is about. Man, we're going to make y'all laugh, might even make y'all cry. We're going to inspire y'all. We're going to motivate y'all. Y'all got the stories. And I'm going to just wrap it up, man. I'm going to wrap it up with this one line. Don't just prepare for the 4 quarters. Get your mind right for the 5th. And we out.